What you gonna do with that?
Deserto.
Do what dee da dee da dee da. Do what do da dee da do da dee da. Do what do da dee da do da da.
So the final game of the weekend is the Blues versus Highlanders. The Blues coming off their bye. We should see Caleb Clark return. In saying that, he limped off in round one.
It was like the 72nd minute, but he did look sore limping off. So, the expectation is he's had a bye. He should be fine.
Yeah. And there's been discussion that this is where we might get to see Kazuki Himeno return or to actually debut for the Highlanders, which will be extremely exciting to see now that he's been training with them for a couple of weeks.
What do you reckon about Kazuki Himeno? Would they reckon they could roll him out at lock?
Oh, there was a discussion of that, wasn't there? Or did we say that?
I don't know. I just think that's a fair opportunity for them to actually try and fit him into the starting side because their loose forwards are just so incredibly stacked.
Yeah, they definitely have a lot of a lot of talent there, but I just don't know if he's tall enough. I'm just looking it up now. He's 187 centimeters. That is not tall enough. I say no. You're not going to see him at lock. You're definitely not going to see him.
Well, then how do they fit him in? What are they going to do?
I think you see him on the bench this week.
Yeah.
I mean, even that seems like it's going to be tough with Squire.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
But maybe they have Squire as a bench cover for lock, and they got Himeno as the bench cover for back row.
No, I don't think Squire's ever played a game on lock in his life, has he?
He's taller.
Far out. I don't think that says anything.
Maybe you drop Squire because he hasn't done much.
Yeah, I guess maybe.
Well, look, after what the Highlanders showed us last week, this could be a really close one. They were very exciting. They took the game by the scruff of the neck at the back end off the back of Nareki, but I really liked Hunt. I think he was utilised very well, and we could get the best out of him, seeing at 15. And Josh Ioane, we're all excited for him as 10. So I think that might be where it fits in the 10-15 combo.
Yeah, I think that's most likely. I mean, the disappointing thing is that means one of, you'd say, Solomon Alamalo or Connor Garden-Bashop are going to miss out. And Alamalo was on the bench last week, which I just think is craziness.
I agree.
So
I want to see Connor Garden-Bashop playing there, but I could easily see Alamalo getting that as well. So it's going to be an interesting one. You're going to have to look at these team sheets when they come out. Late. This is probably going to be Friday. This is Sunday game.
Oh, don't do that to us again.
Yeah,
it's impossible to pick.
It's going to be late.
I'm going to pick up Alamalo on trade night then and just hope.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea. In terms of the Blues, so the Blues defense, they just weren't up to scratch. They had 77% tackle accuracy, and the Highlanders are going to ask a lot of questions of that. They have a lot of talent that will be able to exploit that in the backs. So it's going to be interesting. But Rieko Ioane is going to be up against Nani Punavai, and I mean, I don't see Ioane still as an outside centre, but I see him winning that matchup.
Well, yeah, I think probably the Highlanders, you got Sarah Tompkinson there as well, but I think the biggest mismatch in this game at the moment has got to be the Blues versus the Highlanders midfield.
Yep.
I think that Harry Plummer's a classy young player. Rieko Ioane has got absolute X factor. So I think if there's anywhere where they could try and get a bit of an advantage, it would be the playmaking abilities of Black, Plummer, Para franchise, all giving the ball out to the likes of Rieko and his wingers.
I don't disagree with you, but I mean, you've got two centers that, I mean, arguably are playing out of position. Your inside center is a 10. Your outside center...
He's a big 10.
He is, but he's a 10. And your outside center is a winger.
I think he's a 10-12 and Rico's a 14-13, man. I don't agree.
Rieko is not a 13, but he could be down the track. But agree to disagree. But the Blues scrum, do we think this is just going to absolutely monster the Highlanders scrum?
Yeah, look at the bench. The bench from last week was absolutely outrageous.
Basically.
Carl and Offa, just ridiculous. I think surely they have to get a start. You can't just leave them withering away. And Alex Hodgman's still to come back. Nepo Lalala looking in very good form. Just crazy.
I think they'll start. Surely you're going to get them back in that starting side. They're not going to work as a bomb squad, surely. But if they do, I mean, it's pretty interesting.
Yeah. But I think we can all basically agree that James Loy, was it? Like,
Yeah.
whoever that big old
Oh,
fat
no, that
bloke
wasn't
was
it.
that
That
was
was-
starting.
Yeah.
Geez, he looked average. So, I mean, they're clearly missing a prop there.
Do you think we get to see Tom Robinson come and work his way into this
Big
sales?
sales.
Big sales.
Oh, I hope so. I don't know. At the moment, they obviously rate him considering that he was one of the captains of the sides in the preseason fixtures. But maybe we're looking for too much change too early on in the season for the Blues as well. You know, I don't know how quickly they're going to start rotating their players, but Akira Ioane and Hoskins Satutu have got to be their first choice 6s and 8s. So, I mean, that
You
means
say
that
it's a
Big
lock.
Sauce is really going to get Well,
Kelly
he could come in at lock. Gerard Tuiotti's been good, but I don't think he's got that jersey locked down. Josh Goodhue's the other option there as well, though. So to me, I think it's just he's probably a player, Big Sauce, that might play. He might start 1 in 4 or 1 in 5 games as they just kind of continue to build his minutes and keep him interested.
Yep. How do you see this one playing out?
Great question. I reckon that what worries me about the Highlanders is how they started the game against the Chiefs. I thought they looked really outmuscled and they really were struggling to get into the game. And it was only a pretty freakish bounce from a kick, or a deflection from a kick, and some absolute brilliance by Jonah Nareki that really got them back into that game. So I think more than likely the Blues will get up on this one. They'll just have a little bit too much physicality. Monster the breakdown, monster the scrum. Patrick Tuipulotu running the line out as well. There's not a lot of holes in that forward pack, and I think that'll probably be the difference. Yeah,
look, I think last week the Highlanders probably had to rely on Nareki brilliance, and I just don't think you can do that week in, week out. If they start poorly and the Blues can monster that, breakdown, I think this is going to be a Blues win. And realistically, I think it could be by a couple tries.
I reckon that the most important player for the Highlanders this week is Josh Dixon, because I think that he has been really classy in the locks.
Yep.
And I think that they're going to have to do something in set piece. I think he's got the ability to control the line out, steal the line out. And that's one area that I could see them contesting if he has a really good game. So I think he's up for a very, very big game if they're going to actually compete on this one.
Fair. Look, guys, we did a different structure for this one. So we've already done our dessert where we're full as a goog, some would say. But thanks for tuning in yet again. And there's some good footy to watch this weekend.
Yeah, can't wait.
Hooroo.
And if you don't want Cargie on the podcast next week, let us know.